All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest, and I mean biggest, technological shifts to hit the property world in a long, long time. We're talking about artificial intelligence and how it's about to completely change the game for real estate valuation.
So let's just cut to the chase and ask the big question right up front. Can an algorithm, a piece of code, truly understand what gives a property its value? The subtle stuff, the curb appeal, the feel of a neighborhood, the untapped potential. It's a question that gets people really fired up, and I promise by the end of this, you'll see the answer much more clearly.
But before we can even try to answer that, we gotta be on the same page about what AI even is. It's a term that's thrown around for absolutely everything these days, right? So let's just take a second to cut through the noise and get to what it actually means. At its heart, it's actually pretty simple. AI is just technology that's built to mimic human thinking. So forget the sci-fi robots for a minute. Just think of it as really, really smart software that can sift through complex info, reason through a problem, and, this is the most important part, learn from new data to get even smarter over time. And this didn't just happen overnight. AI has been cooking for decades. It started way back in the 50s with just ideas. Then in the 80s, we got machine learning. The 2010s gave it the fuel it needed with big data. But the 2020s? Wow, that's when things just exploded with the generative AI boom. And that brings us to the real game changer for our industry, this power couple of AI and big data. For the very first time, we have the horsepower to spot hidden patterns in just massive amounts of data. Market trends, sales histories, zoning laws, you name it, at a scale and speed that no human team could ever dream of matching. But the latest leap forward is even crazier. The tech that's really shaking things up right now isn't just about analyzing data anymore, it's about creating new things from it. So welcome to the era of generative AI. So why is this such a big deal? Well, older AI was great at sorting or predicting things. Generative AI, on the other hand, creates. It can write a market analysis for you. It can draft a property description. It can even write code, all because it has learned the underlying patterns from a mind-boggling amount of information. So how does it actually work? For you, the user, it's a beautifully simple three-step dance. First, you give it an instruction, what we call a prompt. Second, the AI takes your request and scans its massive library of training data. And third, it spits out a brand new, original piece of content built just for you. The process is simple, but the results, they can be incredibly powerful. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do you actually use it? Let's get down to brass tacks and look at the real skills and tools that valuers can start playing with today to get a major head start. The single most crucial skill in this new world is something called prompt engineering. Here's the best way to think about it. The AI is like a brilliant, genius-level assistant who is also incredibly literal. The quality of the answer you get is 100% dependent on the quality of the question you ask. Getting good at asking is the new secret weapon. And this slide just shows it perfectly. Look on the left. A vague prompt like describe an apartment gets you a generic, pretty useless answer. But look at the right. When you give it a clear, targeted instruction, boom, you get a precise, professional result. The trick is to give the AI context. Just remember this framework: role, task, and context. First, give it a role. Act like a real estate valuer. Then, give it the task. Write a 150-word analysis. And finally, the crucial context for this specific type of property in this area, focusing on these key points. That is how you turn noise into pure insight. So, what can this new assistant actually do for your workflow? Well, it can take a 100-page market report and give you the highlights in 30 seconds. It can summarize ridiculously dense legal documents. It can draft killer property descriptions, generate entire sections of your valuation report, and analyze market data. We're talking about saving massive amounts of time here. And hey, these aren't some far-off futuristic tools. You can go use them right now. You've got your all-rounders like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude for writing and brainstorming. And then you've got more specialized stuff like Google's AI Studio for really digging in, and Notebook LM, which is fantastic for uploading your own documents to analyze. All right, let's zoom back out for a second. What does all this new power mean for the final product, the valuation itself? It means we can be smarter, faster, and more accurate than we've ever been before. I mean, this table just says it all, doesn't it? Traditionally, you might juggle a few dozen data points. With AI, we're talking about thousands. We can look beyond just location and size and start factoring in really complex things like market sentiment from news articles, upcoming zoning changes, or subtle demographic shifts. And the best part? We can do it in minutes, not days.
And the value doesn't even stop with the analysis. These tools are amazing for helping you communicate what you found. Just imagine asking the AI to turn a boring spreadsheet of comps into an interactive heat map, or to chart rental yields for the last 5 years. You can create these visuals instantly, making your reports way more powerful and easier for clients to actually understand.
You know, there's a reason you keep hearing phrases like this buzzing around. It's not just another small software update. For a lot of us, this feels like a fundamental rewiring of how we do our jobs. It's a whole new paradigm.
So, this brings us to the most important point of all. Does all this tech make the valuer obsolete? No, absolutely not. The valuer is still number one. Your expertise, your ethical judgment, your local knowledge, that stuff is more critical than ever. Your role is just evolving. You're shifting from being a data cruncher to being a data strategist, using these incredible tools to uncover deeper insights.
The bottom line is this: the technology is no longer on its way. It's here. The tools are powerful, they're accessible, and they're ready to go. So the only question left is a personal one for every single professional out there. Are you going to be the one to master these tools and lead the charge, or are you going to risk getting left behind? The future is really in your hands.